Poison, during their multi-decade run, has faced a fair deal of litigation. Today, let's take a look at a handful of lawsuits the band has dealt with. While a lot has been written about the time Slash auditioned for Poison in the mid-80s, before Guns N' Roses blew up, there was a period of time where Poison and Guns N' Roses also feuded. The source of the feud seemed to stem from an interview Slash gave to Hit Parader in 1987, where he referred to Poison as, and I quote, "posers who represent everything wrong with rock and roll." Bryn Breidenthal, who worked for Geffen Records and was the publicist for Guns N' Roses, drew the ire of Poison's band members at a party she attended following a concert by Motley Crue and Whitesnake. She would tell the LA Times she left the party about midnight when bassist Bobby Dall and frontman Bret Michaels confronted her about Slash's remarks and doused her with multiple beers and ice from a champagne bucket before she was escorted out by the venue's security. She would claim she received threats against her from Poison's management if she went public with her story, and she in turn filed a $1 million lawsuit against the members of the band. The suit was eventually settled out of court, and according to the memorabilia site Gary Rocks, the members of Guns N' Roses sent Breidenthal a postcard showing their support for their publicist. When asked about his audition for Poison, Slash largely seemed to brush it off as nothing too serious, claiming he didn't want to dress up in costumes and makeup. But Poison drummer Ricky Rocket painted a different picture, telling Decibel Geek in 2017, "We wanted a rock East Coast guy, and then CC DeVille auditioned, and he just made more sense than Slash did." So it was a tough decision because we all like Slash. Slash was really pissed off about it. He was pissed. He was like, "What the F, you guys?" So there was this rivalry between Guns N' Roses and Poison because of that, I think for a long time, you know. Poison has been accused multiple times of lifting songs. Blabbermouth would report that Swedish glam band Easy Action had filed a lawsuit against the band over their 1987 hit I Want Action. They would claim the chorus was lifted from their song We Go Rocking, but rather than fight the claims, Poison would end up settling with the band in 1989. Decades later in 2011, former members of the Chicago band Kid Rocker filed a lawsuit against Poison, accusing the group of stealing several of their songs. Kid Rocker at one point was signed to Atlantic Records during the 80s, and the band members would claim that guitarist CC DeVille auditioned for the band in the mid-80s, so he was familiar with the band's music, having learned multiple songs for the audition. The ex-members of Kid Rocker would claim that some of those songs wound up on Poison's future albums, including Talk Dirty to Me, I Won't Forget You, Fallen Angel, and Ride the Wind. The lawsuit would ultimately be dismissed by a judge, as the defendants took too long to file their copyright infringement case. In 2009, Bret Michaels would perform at the Tony Awards, playing the Poison song Nothing But a Good Time. It was following his performance that the frontman would be injured after heading towards the band's drummer when a stage curtain landed on his head, as you can see here. Michaels would end up suing the Tony Awards, claiming the producers didn't tell him how to safely exit the stage. Michaels would claim he suffered a broken nose and months later a brain hemorrhage as a result of the injury. The lawsuit would eventually be settled out of court. That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like button and subscribe. We'll see you again in Rock and Roll True Stories. Take care.